Hey, hello everyone. It's very nice to meet you here, and thank you very much for your interest in our program. I'm Professor Kim Tae-hyun, who has taught international relations at this GSIS for 25 years, and will be teaching international relations if you decide to join our program. Okay, I have studied international relations since 1977 when I was a sophomore in college. So it's more than 40 years by now that I've studied, and I have never regret about my choice of my major, and I still enjoy studying it and teaching it and researching about it. As you may see, and as Professor our Dean already explained, GSIS program, International Studies program, is a multidisciplinary program that consists of international relations, international economics, and international businesses. And by combining two or more of them, you will choose your major like global trade and global business and finance. And any of those courses, areas you focus on, still international relations is a key courses, core courses that you have to take. I'm going to briefly tell you about why you study international relations and what kind of things you can gain by studying international relations. Okay, first of all, I would say that you study international relations for cognitive reason. Okay, by studying international relations, you may solve your questions and your curiosities about what is taking place in the world. You can solve your curiosity, your questions about those things, and also you can explain your friends and your family members who have the same curiosity about those issues. Okay, this is why I say cognitive reasons. Second is, I would say, practical reason. Okay, by understanding those events more meaningfully and deeply, then it can help you to make important decisions, like want to buy the stocks right now or not, if I buy which area, or is it the time to sell or buy? And is it safe to make investment in Europe, Eastern Europe, and Russia? Should I withdraw from my investment in Europe or Russia? All those kind of things. Okay, understanding what, why, and what are taking place around the world will help you to make such kind of practical decisions. That is what I call practical reason. A third one, I think that is the most important thing. That is normative reason. So let me take an example of a war in Ukraine. And even to me, the Russian attack on Ukraine in February 2022 was a shock. And since then, let's say more than 100,000 uniformed soldiers and civilians have either killed or wounded, and millions of people have lost their homes and families. And the economic impact around the world is enormous. The price is going up, and you are paying higher price for your gases than before. Those kind of things is affecting. So, I mean, you are unhappy, okay? You would like to blame someone. Whom are you going to blame? Are you going to blame President Vladimir Putin of Russian Federation, who seemingly initiated that effect? Or, let's say, political leaders who tend to be a dictator, and still not every dictators, not every political leaders do not initiate or start a war. It was probably because Russian political system, okay, Russian people who are peace-loving as much as we do, failed to contain the present decision to start the war. Do we have to blame those Russian people who failed to do so? Or some people say, is that Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukrainian president, who dared to challenge a critical national interest of Russia, a big neighboring states, by trying to join, say, NATO or the European Union? I mean, because it has stayed within the Russian sphere of influences for hundreds of years. And that was understanding. And if he was kind of nuanced, experienced leader, then he might have expected that we have to blame him. Or some people blame that Ukraine made a critical mistake 20 or 30 years ago when the Cold War ended, and Ukrainian has inherited a lot of nuclear weapons from former Soviet Union. And then they just gave up for empty promises from the United States, Britain, and Russia, or others. If some people say if they had maintained those nuclear weapons, they would be free from any kind of attack from outsiders. Well, who has such kind of foresight when they made such kind of decision at the very end of Cold War? Or some people blame and criticize the United States and NATO. Cold War was over 30 years ago. They're still maintaining and they're expanding it. And by doing so, okay, they may provide some security, some East Asian European countries, but threatening Russian security. That is not very wise and prudent behavior international. Okay, the point is this. sometimes because international events are, involve such kind of tragic things, and it naturally leads to some kind of moral judgments. Okay, and sometimes you are involved in moral debate with others. It becomes, you may lose your temper and so on. But by studying international relations, you will have developed more nuanced and balanced approach to things, and you will have to find out whom to blame. And typically, you will be concluding that that is not not a single person or individual, any single factor to be blamed. More is like a product of complex interaction among those things. By doing so, and you go back, it may help you to make practical decisions and help you to solve your cognitive questions. Why did things happen? So that is what I have been trying to share with my students for the last 25 years in my classes. And I will do so again when you join our program. Thank you very much.